playing around. This Flash episode was crazy, crazy. This episode was crazy. This is possibly one of the best of this season. Episode 3 was good, but episode 4 just blew me away. So this is Flash Season 1, Episode 4 review entitled Things We Can't Outrun, or Things You Can't Outrun. But before I go ahead and get into that, I want to make an announcement here. Black Dynamite has officially came back with Season 2. And I'm so excited for this because if anybody knows me, I'm a huge Black Dynamite fan. I talked about it on my YouTube channel, got a lot of negative hate on it, but it's okay because guess what? I'm still going to talk about it, and I have an interest in it. I love the series. I love Michael J. White as an actor. He's really good, very talented, and I'm going to continue to talk about it because it's something that I'm passionate about. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, what happens within the first scene of the episode? Iris or Iris meets Barry Allen, and she says, "Okay, well, I actually have a picture of Flash, the mystical hero that's saving the town, and I think I got a face of him, and I want you to check it out." So Barry was kind of nervous. He's like, "Oh man, I don't want her to identify me. I don't want her to know it's me." But he played it really cool. He was just looking at her, and her boyfriend called and she had to go meet up with him. Oh, well, no, she didn't meet up with him. She was talking to him on the phone. Barry Allen came back in a flash because he actually had to stop some robbers because they were on a high-speed chase, and he actually did stop them. Came back in time, and she completely forgot about what she was talking about. So we're introduced to another metahuman, and this metahuman guy stems from from Joe, because Joe actually put this guy in jail, and he was supposed to be executed, but because of the what's that thing called, the particle accelerator, because of that, it gave him these powers, and his power is to make a toxic gas, and anybody he comes in contact with will ultimately die, because it's the same poison gas chemical that they use to kill inmates in prison. And he encompasses this ability, or it takes on this ability, and he goes around killing people who wronged him. The first person who he pretty much takes out is the judge. He takes her out pretty easy. She didn't really put up too much of a fight. She was kind of shocked that he was out. He was still in his jail gear or prison gear. And the next person who the villain tries to take out is Joe, but that didn't pan out too well. I'm not going to say what happens because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. So we also get background information about one of Barry Allen's comrades or supporters, or someone who helps him out when he is injured. And this person's name is, don't quote me on this, I think it's Caitlin. Caitlin? I think that may be her name, Caitlin. But anyway, she had a boyfriend named Ron. It's me. It's me all along. It was me, Ron. But yeah, anyway, so she had a boyfriend named Ron, and he was the one who saved everyone within S.T.A.R Lab, because he closed this shelter. It wasn't really a shelter, but it was a door, and if he wouldn't have closed it, the particle accelerator would have destroyed everyone. It would have killed everyone inside the building or the lab. And he sacrificed his life to save his girlfriend and the people around him. That's an honorable person, and I really like that. Also, I think Barry Allen may have some feelings for Caitlin after she told her story to Barry Allen. But I think Barry Allen still has hopes for Iris. Maybe she may break up with this guy and go for him. I don't know. It's one of those traditional scenes where the bad guy, not necessarily the bad guy, he's a good guy, but the girl goes for the wrong guy, and then she figures out that it's too late towards the end, and he may have somebody special, but I don't know, because Barry Allen's a cool dude. He may wait around. Also within this episode, Joe states to Henry, which Henry is Barry Allen's father. He states to him, "You know what? I'm sorry. I was wrong. I put you in jail for a crime that you didn't commit, and I'm gonna try my best to get you out of the situation that you're in." And that was really interesting to me. So now let's also talk about this metahuman concept, because I think a lot of people may be confused of what a metahuman is. Okay, so basically a metahuman is someone who gets these is allowed to use these special abilities, and these special abilities can range from all over the place. I mean, some people can control the weather. This guy in this episode can control toxic gas. There may be somebody who can move objects. The possibilities are endless, and that's what makes this show so interesting. That's what makes Flash so interesting, and how he stops each of these villains, because he can't defeat his villains the same way. Like in Arrow, I mean, this guy Oliver Queen, or Arrow, he pretty much beats his enemies the same way. I mean, with arrows or whatever, and he doesn't really have to change too much of his strategy. He may get a couple of his comrades, like Roy or Red Arrow, or he may get Diggy or John to help him out. But more or less, it's him defeating the enemies the same way, same method, and he's already strong. The good thing about Flash and Barry Allen is that each enemy he's coming in contact with, he has to change his strategy to beat him. He can't beat him the same way. He's just fast. That's it. He's fast and he's a little stronger. But more so, he's just faster. That's it. And that's something that's kind of interesting to me that I kind of picked up on. I thought was very interesting. So, towards the end, Eris was hiding her whole thing of dating the detective that was also with Joe, because they kind of partnered together, and she was kind of scared. She didn't want to tell her father because she was afraid that her father would yell at him, which he did say that he was pretty mad. But moral of the story is, father forgave her. He is fine with her dating this guy, and they're gonna live happily ever after and probably get married. I don't know. I'm just speculating here. So, other than that, that was pretty much everything that occurred in this week's episode. So it was very good. What would I rate it? I'll probably give it a, like I said, it's possibly one of the best episodes of the season. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Minor complaints, but still an 8 out of 10. So it was a very good episode. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to check you guys later in another video. Peace. Sayonara. Stay cool.